Everybody. I'm going to go through your shadowing experience in a little bit more detail and tell you or just help to inform you what all is going to be doing Course 1, Course 2, Course 3, and Course 4 for the school year. And so if you navigate back to our website under Module 6, this is where you hopefully have already seen for this past week the link to your secondary shadowing experience checklist. Now, after reviewing this and kind of thinking more about some of you guys who are middle school teachers, I added something down here that if a middle school teacher wants to use the elementary shadowing experience checklist instead, you're welcome to do so. And I'll review that one in a second. So I'm going to first start with the secondary shadowing experience checklist. So really for Course 1, all that you are doing is you are setting up a meeting with either a gifted teacher, an advanced content, or an AP teacher, in which you are going to kind of partner with them for some of your shadowing experience. So if you go ahead and read through what is due in Course 2, Course 3, and Course 4, and more importantly, this checklist, it'll hopefully all become a little bit more clear. So at some point during this school year, and we are suggesting that the classroom visit be between probably Course 2 and Course 3, that's where you're going to just take some time to sit into their classroom to document how they are modifying or differentiating for gifted students, talking with that teacher about some of the strategies that they use in their classroom. You're also going to be required to complete a small student interview, and so notice that you'll have to request an eligibility file via Karen Duncan, and her email address is there. And then make sure you review items 2, 3, and 4 about that. You will need to have a documented conversation with or an observation of that gifted student. So this might be someone that you want to talk with the teacher about in terms of who you think might be good, or maybe with your observations you find a student that you want to take a moment to have a conversation with or to record those more detailed observations. You're also being requested to attend one parent conference to sit in on that, to document it, and then finally also shadow a gifted education teacher planning. So either where some of your gifted teachers get together and plan. If that doesn't happen, then try to, maybe your teacher who you're kind of partnering with will have a better idea of a planning period or a planning experience in which you can go in and observe. And so note that all of these components are being asked to be conducted over all 4 of these courses. So only in Course 1 here over the next few weeks, just set up who you want to observe and maybe plan out a time and when you want to observe the classroom, a time you want to talk with the student, and a time you want to sit in on a parent conference, and a time you want to attend that gifted planning committee or gifted planning meeting. So notice in Course 2, it's reviewing a gifted student's eligibility file, briefly interview the student, continue observations, and teach up the gifted. Course 3, complete observations, documentation, complete all of your critiques, so that's kind of your more critical reflection. And then during Course 4 is when you're organizing, compiling all this documentation into a notebook. You're going to turn this in the program and curriculum development course. Now I'm going to see if this needs to be turned in a physical form or if we're just going to keep it all online. And that is something that I will need to check with in terms of what the folks at the district office specifically want. Now, these are just recommendations of when you complete these things. So you're welcome to, review your student's eligibility file during Course 3. But this is kind of a nice way that you can sort of plan it out. So again, it doesn't have to be done during these courses, but you need to make sure that you're showing some progress, and this is the progress that we're recommending that you complete for your shadowing experience. So on the schedule, it has on the original class schedule assignment list, it has that your shadowing experience for this course just be completed by Module 7, which is next Tuesday. I'm going to go ahead and push that back a week, so it will be due Module 8. And if you go ahead and get it done and turn in Module 7, that's fine. You'll have one less thing to turn in on Module 8. But remember, this is just documenting your kind of initial beginnings of the shadowing experience. Now, that's the secondary shadowing experience instructions. I'm going to add secondary there. The elementary shadowing experiences and instructions, and I'll add elementary up here. These are for middle school teachers if you would like to do this instead. And so here the checklist is just a little different. Sorry, I don't mean to get you all dizzy. You'll have a classroom visit. The main difference here is you're going to be shadowing or sitting in on an eligibility team meeting. And these happen, these do happen at the middle schools. They are very less likely to happen at the high schools, and hence why we created a different shadowing experience for high school teachers. But sit in, if you're a middle school teacher and you'd rather do that, sit on an eligibility team meeting, attend a parent conference, and a gift education teacher planning. So that's the only part where that elementary one is different. So middle school teachers, if you would like to use this form instead, you're welcome to use this form instead. And hopefully that gives you a little bit more overview of this whole shadow experience will be done over all courses. Right now, course 1, just set up who you want to shadow and maybe start to plan with that teacher the dates in which you'd like to shadow, talk with students, sit in parent conferences, or attend an eligibility team meeting, and so on. So that's all that's going to be due by Module 8. And that's it for the shadowing experience. So if you have any further questions with that, please send me an email, and I'll try and answer those as best I can. If I don't know the answer, then I'm going to find the answer. And yeah, that's it. Hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I will see you soon. Bye.